Okay, so we've looked at lines, perpendicular bisector of lines. This time we're going to bisect something when two lines meet at a point. They create an angle. When you are bisecting an angle, it's pretty much what you predict it would be. It's splitting the angle in half. So what we have here is some angle, and what we want is to draw a line from that angle which is about halfway, well, exactly halfway. Now, we're not going to be able to use a protractor to do this, so let's use the construction method and figure out how we can bisect line angle ABC. If you're practicing this at home, you can just draw any angle. Don't make it too small, because otherwise your constructions will not fit. And you can make it quite big. You can do an obtuse angle if you want to, but I think this is just a good starting point. So roughly about 70-degree angle, 70-80 degrees, but it's just a sketch that's on plain paper. The first thing you want to do when you're bisecting an angle is use with your compass. You're going to put your compass at point B, or the vertex of the angle, and then carefully make sure that your compass is not going beyond the line segment that's been given. Now, you can just use a ruler if you want and extend that line if you need to, but generally speaking, it's not something that you need to do, but just be aware you can just make the line bigger if you're bisecting, if you prefer so. So in this case, roughly, it doesn't really matter if it's halfway, but just slightly beyond halfway again. What I'm going to do now is draw an arc that goes across both of the lines, and that length has to be the same as that length. So this is an arc from point B. What we're then going to do is, I'm just going to move my compass. We're now going to draw two more arcs. Now this time around, it doesn't actually matter if my compass stays the same length. Generally, there's no harm in keeping it the same length though. So I'm going to keep it the same length, but if you were to change it, it wouldn't actually matter in this specific case. So I'm going to just make sure my compass stays this way. And then I'm going to use these 2 points here, which I'm just going to point out with my red. That point there and that point there. That's where I'm going to put the tip of the compass. And I'm going to draw a second arc. So I'm just going to put that there, and as my second arc is here. And you'll see how this is going to join up in a second. And then I'm going to put my compass here. On the main line again, and then I'm going to draw my third arc. And there's where my arcs meet. So I'm just going to actually make this second line a bit bigger just to avoid any confusion. We don't okay, so that will do. Now what you're going to do now is just join this together. So I'll use a green line for this. Just with a straight edge, we're going to connect the vertex of that point, and it's going to go through this point here. What we've just done here is bisected the angle ABC. So what we can say is this angle and this angle are the same, and together they make angle ABC. We don't need to measure it other than just to check that you're working out is correct. So that's how we can bisect an angle. I'm going to do a second example now.